what it is. According to the International Labour Organization, the ILO, effective unemployment systems depend on job training programs, employment referral services, and robust administrative monitoring. These are mechanisms that help people return to work. Judges, the ILO is clear. Unemployment insurance cannot work without job placement services, employment counseling, and systems to monitor whether claimants are actually looking for work. ILO Essential Impignati 2019. Without these, people can claim benefits while still working, and the truly needy fall through the cracks. This is why the ILO itself says most developing countries rely on employment protection law instead of unemployment insurance, because they do not yet have the infrastructure to run it properly. ILO 2019. We do not have these mechanisms in place, nor do we have the foundation. Yet, the proposition wants to build the roof. Judges, sassy, we shall stay. Introducing unemployment insurance without proper infrastructure is like installing a smoke alarm in a building with no sprinkling system. It makes you feel protected, but when the fire comes, nothing will actually work. Second nail in the coffin: fraud in an informal economy. Here is something the proposition has been remarkably quiet about. Dominica has a large informal economy. Farming, domestic work, market trading, much of it is unregistered, and much of it is undocumented. Unemployment insurance depends entirely on accurate records: proof of employment, proof of job loss, proof of income. Without these records, the system cannot distinguish the genuinely unemployed from those simply taking advantage. And fraud does not require sophisticated criminals. It simply requires a gap in the system. The United States, with some of the most advanced monitoring systems on earth, paid out over $45 billion in fraudulent unemployment claims during the COVID-19 pandemic. U.S. Department of Labor, 2022. Fake IDs, false claims, billions lost. Now ask yourself, if fraud flourishes in countries with more formal economies, what happens in Dominica, where a significant share of economic activity leaves no paper trail whatsoever? And judges, let us not be naive. A worker loses his formal job, genuinely, legitimately, but he's earning decent money doing odd jobs, running a small side business, trading at the markets. Cash in hand, no contract, no record. Yet every month, he's still collecting his unemployment benefits. Because in Dominica's informal economy, there is no system to flag it. There is no mechanism to detect it. No system to flag it. And no way to stop it. He is not destitute, but he's being paid as if he is. Judges, we are not saying every Dominican is dishonest. We are saying the system makes honesty optional. And in a country where the fund is already under strain, we simply cannot afford that. And the third and final nail to seal the coffin: build on what already exists. We are not opposed to protecting workers. We are opposed to abandoning a system that works in favor of one that may not. Dominica already has a redundancy fund. When a worker is made redundant, they receive severance pay directly, predictably, immediately. No complex eligibility assessments. No lengthy waiting periods. No administrative machinery that has not yet been built. The ILO has recognized that for small economies, severance pay systems are often more practical and more sustainable than full unemployment insurance schemes. The proposition wants to dismantle that certainty and replace it with complexity in a system that cannot have attitude. Sometimes strength is not about building something new. It's about what works. In closing, we do not ask you to abandon the unemployed. We ask you to be honest about what Dominica can deliver. Because a safety net full of holes does not catch anyone. Build the foundation first. Protect what works. And then, and only then, can this conversation begin. I thank you.